just feeling you long, trying to get up the great big hill of hope for a destination. Realize when so awake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath, I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, the one.
Hey Vania, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Thanks
Oh
for
my
having me
God!
on.
Let me look at you. The coolest girl. Look at that. Look at that cool creative room. How awesome is
Oh
that?
yeah, I mean, I was like, I should have it somewhere else that has a
No,
clean
it's
spot.
awesome. You have plants. You have next to
Oh
your
yeah,
clothes. You have great musical instruments all over. Look at that. Look at all that. Oh, plant on the floor. That's awesome.
there's so much going on in this room.
I love it. I love it. How you doing,
Yeah.
Vania? Oh my God, it's so great to have you because we are obsessed with you. Like, so talented. I mean, your two songs, I mean, Wonder, and like, I
Yeah.
can't. Your voice, Vania, is something that my audience, when they haven't heard, if they haven't heard your voice, like, it's unforgettable. Like
Oh,
goosebumps
thanks
on
so
demand.
much.
The whole thing. It's unbelievable.
On demand. Yeah.
On demand,
Hey,
on
thanks.
demand, Vania. Yeah.
I like
And
that.
yeah, it's unbelievable. And I have to tell you, I mean, your new song Wonder just came out, and
Yeah.
you're the most blogged artist I think over the past week.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I
I mean,
mean, I don't know much about Hype Machine, but it basically, they track who's being
yeah,
blogged by certain blogs, and yeah, for a while I was on there, so that's so cool. Like,
it's unbelievable. I mean, obviously the
yeah,
song is spectacular, but you don't have that much of like a press machine behind you, although
no,
you will shortly. Like, talk to me in 6 months. I'll talk to your people in 6 months, okay?
okay.
But the fact that you did it like that, how does it feel? With hard work and good music.
Yeah, it was a lot of it it's validating, definitely. I spent, the few months leading up to the release was just emailing people and
Yeah,
doing Submit Hub, but then I sent hundreds of emails and I was like, please, and then follow up. So I am pushy, but
yeah,
it's, I think maybe it's also because I'm the one who's contacting people that it's working so well, because yeah, I don't know. I'm very appreciative. I know
yeah.
I wouldn't have the amount of push if people weren't adding me to their playlist, if people weren't writing up. So it's why, as an independent artist who's first releasing music, I think I'm
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
good place.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And apart from your own music project, you have such a great trajectory, and I want to cover a lot of that. You've written for top line artists. You collaborate with help other artists write, kind of find their feelings and put it into song.
Yeah.
Your own talent, your own voice. So you're a musical jewel. But let's start with
Thanks.
your yeah, for sure.
I
Let's talk
love
about
these
your
words.
well,
I know. Yeah.
listen, these are facts, Vanya. But let's talk about your childhood, if that's cool, because you
Hmm.
were born and raised in New York, right?
Hmm.
Born and raised in New York, and you did a little ballet, little classical piano. Tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about your childhood.
So I was raised in Manhattan, in a Portuguese, Lower Manhattan used to be a Portuguese community.
Hmm.
It no longer is, unfortunately. But yeah, I studied dance from the time I was 3.
Yeah,
So, and then I started training in piano when I was 8 years old. And so I was always exposed to the arts, and we grew up around Greenwich Village area too,
sure.
so you're you're over, it's what you're used to. And then
Yeah,
I went to LaGuardia high school for dance, so
cool.
yeah, always doing something creative, but
So
not
I'm assuming
music.
your family and your parents are artistic.
My mom is a teacher
Hmm.
and my dad was a manager. of
Ah,
buildings. So
interesting.
yeah, my mom's dad, my grandpa, he was a love opera.
Hmm.
So, but we'd never really connected on that. I never, I never really knew him growing up. So, but my mom always loved arts. She always, you know, we were
Okay.
always listening to music. Um, yeah, we as in my sisters and I. So yeah,
Right, right. How many sisters did you have? Do you have?
I have a twin sister. Her name is
Hmm.
Krista, and then I have a little sister. Her name is Lauren. So
Okay.
a family full of girls. And we have a
Very
dog named
nice.
Moose, who's our brother.
Okay, very, very good, Vanya. Okay, and but you started like actually pursuing music for you professionally, like I mean, late, quote unquote, like in your 20s. So
Yeah,
I'm just curious, what was the breaking? I mean, you obviously always knew you had it in you, but I want to know what was the breaking point where you were like, fuck it, like I'm doing this. I don't give a shit.
it was. I mean, it was. I had moved to Switzerland
Hmm.
for a few years, and while I was there, I was in a band called Tim Freitag, and so I was making a lot of music with them. And through that, I started helping with pronunciation and just checking over, you know, grammar and lyrics. And then I was like, I have a few ideas if you'd like to hear them. So then I started the songwriting process with a few Swiss acts,
Yeah,
um, and that's been pretty awesome. Yeah, the past few years have been kind of building on working with different kinds of people. Um, but I never sang for myself. I never wrote songs for myself. It was only really when I came back to New York that I was like, I want to do this for me. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. You came inspired. Now I want to wrap a bunch of stuff there because you're really
Yeah.
modest, and that's cool that you're modest. But when you were in Switzerland, you had some great success. Like there's this song,
Yeah.
for example, from Do Tonic called "In My Mind," which
Oh yeah.
when people play it, they're gonna recognize it, and it has Vania in there, of course. And that song was nominated for Best Hit for the Swiss Music Awards. So a great dance song. So yeah, like you mentioned that you work with a lot of groups like them. Tell us like a little bit about some of the success you had with all these bands. Like you were part of successful singles.
So Dutonk actually, that was a funny collaboration. I that was when I came back.
Huh.
We'll start with Switzerland first. But I worked with like I can't pull it up off the top of my head, but 77 Bombay Street and Baba Shrimps. They both I got into the sports songs in a way, like the Olympic song and the
The
ski
Swiss national
championship.
women's soccer team you did?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
unbelievable, yeah.
And that was all from I had a really great relationship with a producer there named Thomas Fessler, and he's very dear to my heart, him and his family, because he basically gave me all the opportunities in the beginning to just work with different people. And yeah, but yeah, that was crazy. Those were my first few songs that I helped
So
collaborate on, so that was fun.
so how long were you in Switzerland for?
I was there for 2 years.
2 years. And
Yeah,
you
and
did you have connections there, like the gentleman you mentioned, or how did that come about?
so I went there for Liebe, for love.
Ah,
With
God
so
damn it, yeah.
my my ex is the lead singer of Tim Freitag, which is the band that I was in. And so
Gotcha.
through him, he had all of these connections.
Got it.
And it was, I guess, Switzerland is such a small country. It's
Hmm.
basically, I think it's the size of New York State. That could be wrong information. I think,
Yeah.
but
It
it's
sounds it
tiny.
sounds it sounds accurate, yeah.
Yeah. So it was good to make. Yeah, it was easy to make those connections because he was already in the music scene.
Right. Okay. Were you in Lucerne? Where were
I
you?
was in Zurich.
Zurich. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, city
Good.
center. It was beautiful.
So you became an expert in chocolate, raclette, the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, I tried. Cheese expert, you know.
That's great.
Um, but yeah, that was a great time. And just, you know, I think all Americans should travel abroad and live somewhere else. It kind of gives you perspective
Yeah,
and
for
just,
sure. For
yeah,
sure.
meeting different people.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
with Dutonk, oops, can I tell you really quick about Dutonk?
You can tell me about anything you want. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
with Dutonk, I had come back and I had started writing demos for myself, and I had heard their music on Spotify, and I just sang over one of their tracks. I had an idea, and I sang over one of their tracks, and then I emailed them, and I was like, I love.
Oh, that's ballsy. Wow, Vanya,
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
I push. But I didn't have any expectations. And then a few months later, they got back to me, and so then we just started collaborating. So that
Yeah,
was
I mean, you have the goods. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. You can talk to people, send them the stuff. All you got to do is have them click, and then they're hooked.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, of course. And you mentioned you did the Swiss women's national soccer song, United in Red. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know it's awesome.
I mean, you have little girls in Switzerland getting inspired and
Yeah.
crying over your song. That must be a cool feeling, right?
That is a cool feeling. Thanks for building me up.
Oh, well, I mean, these are the facts. So yeah, Vania, let's talk a little bit about your latest song, Wonder. And I know it's a little bit of a touchy subject, so I'll tread lightly, and you can tell us a little bit as much as you want or as little as you want. But it's a little bit about this eating disorder. Just tell us a little bit about writing a song in one of these treatment centers. Is there like a good artistic vibe in these centers? Is it like you with nature? Is there quiet? What's the creative process like in one of these places?
So with Wonder, it was actually written here and it was about that place. But the first time I wrote, like my first song ever, I wrote at one of the places I was at. And yes, you're in nature and you
Right.
are it's just a very for me it was a very comforting place to be in. At that point I had been sick for almost 10 years, so I was grateful to be there, and I felt safe. And I had gone, when you're there you have you obviously therapy sessions every day.
Sure.
My therapist at the time, I had an acoustic guitar with me, and at that time I had only just kind of messed around with it. And he told me to go back to my room and to sing a song. And I was like, I don't sing. And he was like,
Wow.
you're gonna write a song. So I wrote a song. It's called Trazodone Dreams. It'll probably never be released, but
So you said I don't sing because you hadn't done it like in
I had
public,
never
or
I had never sung before up to that
Oh.
point.
How
That was,
old
I guess,
were you?
6 years ago. Oh gosh, I think I was 20. Yeah, 20.
So you discovered one of the most amazing voices of 2020 when you were 20.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is incredible.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
and that was, I think the first time I started experimenting with my voice. And then I took a break from singing, like, because my recovery process was long. And it was
Right.
only after I had, I fell in love and I moved to Zurich. And then
Yeah.
when I came back, I was like, I'm going to start my own project.
Nice. Isn't it funny how heartache sometimes can push you to create this crazy
Oh,
stuff?
so grateful for
Like,
it.
God damn it, I'm breaking the world now. Yeah,
But
that's funny how that
it was
works.
the push. The fire was lit under my butt. I was like, no, I'm gonna do this.
I love it. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That's great. Okay, let's talk a little bit about I mean, Elliott Jacobson, he's a great friend of the show. He's worked with you and a bunch of stuff, and he's worked with Ingrid Michaelson and friend of the show, Elizabeth Ghost as well.
Mhm.
Amazing guy. I've connected with him quite a bit. So tell us a little bit about working with Elliott. What's the experience working creatively with him? What does he add
It's
to your project?
horrible.
Yeah.
He's a mess to work with now. No, that was that. It's New York. The New York scene has become pretty close, or at least with the people that I know. I'm not very much in the scene, so. But when we started working together, it was mainly for top lines. So
Mhm.
I do a lot of top line work.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of features coming out that I'm excited about.
For my non-musically inclined audience, or the ones that
Yeah.
are like lightly, tell us what working top line is.
Top lines are, so usually it's a DJ and he'll send you a track and it's, there's no vocals on it, and your task is to write a song over their amazing track.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of fun. And you get a lot of yeses, you get a lot of nos,
Right.
and then you get a lot of people saying they'll take it, and then they never release it.
Right.
So, but so I'm not confidently saying that, who's going to be coming out with what, but it's pretty much set in stone, I think.
That's great. That's great to hear. Exciting to hear. Yeah. Yeah, basically Top Line, the goal is to be an ultra music festival to get people dancing in nightclubs
it's very boom, boom.
Exactly, which is what people love nowadays. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, but the first time I heard you was with your May single, Surrender.
Oh yes.
And yeah.
My first baby.
Everyone just comes out with their first babies like that, like nothing. Yeah, those songs are easy come, easy go. Yeah, unbelievable. Like people should start there. Vania, it's unbelievable. It's about your past relationships, and it was talked to by that a little bit, and it was really good. It was really good how you surrounded yourself on it. Like honestly, like I kind of came out of a divorce less than a year ago, so it totally pushed a string. I'm like, fuck yeah, Surrender, like totally.
Right. Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about it. Tell us a little bit about without pinpointing the finger or anything, but like the heartache and how it pushed that song.
With that was also, I think the two songs connect. After I released Wonder, I was just thinking a lot about Surrender also. And it's about to is just, at that time I was still early in my recovery, and you're not the best partner, you're not the best person really, because you're fighting kind of all of these battles inside, and I think that took a toll on the relationship, definitely. So that was written after the breakup, and I was just it was a desperate time. It was the first time experiencing that amount of heartbreak, so and I knew my part in it, so I was acknowledging it, and it was like,
yeah. And when you get a genius lyric, Vania, like, I've got this weight on my body, I see it spreading in you, so lay me down under warmer lights, I'll try my best to make it through. When something like that happens, like, are you like watching Netflix and then you're like, excuse me, time out, I'll be right back? Or like, are you like on your phone, do you write on your notepad? Like, how is that?
This one was so freaking easy. I think it was early on in my, oh no, it wasn't. It was, no. So I started off with the production, and the words just came to me. The second verse, I think that's the second verse, and it just always, it flowed. It was, the words were there. And I told myself, like, that's a good rhyme, Vania.
The whole thing.
But thanks. But that one was easy. And so it all kind of happens, in my computer setting, which is this.
Look at that. Okay, the audio audience will have to imagine all the technology, all the toys, all the creative
There's
toys.
so many toys.
That's great. That's awesome. But I've played that song to 7 or 8 people, and their reaction is always the same. It's like a cartoon with their jaws dropping. I'm just curious how it was when you, like, who did you show this song for the first time to? Like, was it your friends, your family? Like, and what was their reaction?
This one stayed in my hard drive for a while. I really loved it, and it was, I always cried. My sister always listens to my compositions first, and then it was my best friend Elliott Jacobson. She heard it, and then I just had it on SoundCloud as a private link, and
cool.
But no one had really heard it. And then I guess when I started working with Elliott on my own music, this was supposed to be just a song that we released while we worked on the actual music. So this was supposed to be a quiet release. And I wasn't going to push it at all, but then I went on, I did. I ended up pushing it a lot. And because it was very close to me, but it was something that, the majority of the production was from my demo. So that's different than, you know, the stuff that we're working on now. We've spent more time on the nitty gritty stuff. But this was all demo vocals and all of my sounds.
Yeah. Why is that, Vanya? Tell us, like, non-artistic folks, because I've heard of a lot of really great. I mean, the other day, I think Neil Young just released a song that he'd been sitting on for 40 years.
Yeah.
And it was like an unbelievable song. And it's like, why did you sit on that for 40 years, Neil Young? And obviously it's not the same, but like, you know, you sat on your song for 2-3 years, if I'm not mistaken. Why is that?
Yeah.
Like, what's the force there?
Like I am my own worst enemy when it comes to perfection. And you know, I have very black and white thinking. I have so many freaking demos, and I will love them for a week, and then I'll hate them. I'll despise them. This song, Surrender, I cried. I had panic attacks up to the moment that it was released, and I hadn't been able to listen to it until Wonder came out. Like, I'd skip it every time it came up again. I can't listen to I'm very critical, hypercritical. So I think that's why. I think a lot of artists have this, you know, you can work at something for so long, kind of kicking the horse.
So like you listen to Wonder tonight, and then you'll be like, man, I could have done this different, or I could have done that different.
Wonder is actually one of my favorites that we're working on also. I love the stuff that's coming out. It's great. But
okay, great.
This one I was so excited for, because Elliott did a lot in terms of details that make the song what it is. I felt like he understood what the song needed. Like, my favorite parts are these like ghost noises, and the drums are awesome. Just everything was put together, and so that was the first song that I felt really like, I like it a lot. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Speaking of ghosts, and you mentioned Illicit Ghost, she was on a show. You had a project with her called Evie. Evie, yeah, where you kind of like, it's like a music production DNA songwriting tag team duo.
Yeah.
That sounds super cool. Tell us about that.
We have so many songs that we've written together. We're going to be releasing a lot under my project from the stuff that we've done. And we're now working with a bunch of people on their own productions, and it's slow building because we have our own projects to push also.
Yeah.
But that's been awesome. She's one of the songs that I write are usually written only by me, lyrically and, you know, in terms of composition. But with her, she's the only person I can be in a room with and feel comfortable enough to write something that's true to me. Usually if I'm in a songwriting session, I'll write something, but I'll have my guard up, so it'll be about something generic maybe, or universal. But with Illicit Ghost, she's just, there's so much love. She's she's the best.
You guys are amazing. Vania, have you thought about how you're gonna perform these songs live?
I mean, I would love to do Instagram, like the Insta Live shows. Mm-hmm. But are you talking about like computer wise or electronically, or?
Well, I was thinking, like, you know, assuming we go back to normal, like out in front of an audience. Yeah, but you can talk about online as well.
I've done exactly one performance before quarantine, and I had a bunch of my stems parts of the song, like the production. Sorry, I know people listening are not being like, "What's a stem?" But just the production, And then I have my keyboard that I program to have whichever sounds the song needs. So I think, you know, having a band or something more requires a lot of a lot of okays from different people. So I think in the beginning it would be great to just do it, you know, with my productions and my keyboard, and
Yeah.
yeah, just I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, it's gonna
Definitely.
happen. It's gonna happen, and
Yeah.
those songs deserve something special live. I don't know what yet. I'm having trouble like pinpointing it. What kind of show it would be,
Really?
but
Well, what would, I mean, are you thinking of like lights or
I don't,
atmosphere or what?
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't think you need fireworks like Kiss. You know, I don't
Uh,
think you don't
well,
need like confetti like Chris Martin, because your voice is the confetti, right? So maybe it's just I don't know.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'm thinking
Thanks.
Adele. That's what I'm thinking. Especially like
Mm,
before she was so huge, Adele. You know,
mm.
like
So
this is the voice.
down. Yeah.
Pay up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh my God, Vanya.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. Yeah, but look, it seems like 2020 has been an amazing year for you. You've made like lemonade out of it, big time.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, I'm a quarantine artist releaser. You know, I've only released music during quarantine, which is so freaking weird to say.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's like to, you know, go out and have a release party or being
Right.
able to perform things live. In a way, I'm grateful because that stuff gives me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it doesn't feel too bad. But it's necessary. It's necessary to you know, go out and share
Yeah.
your work
So
with
are you
people
like
who aren't online.
are you a natural introvert? Was this like, oh, I can do that. I
Oh,
can stay at home.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I love my space, and I am it's difficult to socialize. I'm not the uber socializer at all. When I'm in the mood, I'll be, you know, the most vibrant person there, but most of the time I'm, you know, on another spectrum of my
You're on another
personality.
artistic level than all of us. I love it.
Oh gosh, it's hard.
No,
But
Vanya, amazing.
yeah,
You've been
yeah.
so good with your time, but I want to ask you a couple more questions. What are you listening to now? Like, you're obviously super cool on the trending, on the cutting edge of music. What is Vanya listening in her Spotify?
I have been listening to so much Iona Lee.
Mm,
Am I, who am I? She's
yeah,
freaking great. And then, wait, I'm going to tell you really quick.
do
Can you
it,
still see
do it.
me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, I minimized the.
I love it.
uh, wait, my liked songs.
Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. This is Vanya
Oh, yeah.
Sousa's fresh selection.
So there are two songs that I have been listening to pretty much on constant repeat, and that's Dunes of Sand by Iona Lee,
Uh-huh.
which is freaking amazing. My God. She just had a live performance that blew my mind. It was spectacular. And then there's a German band called Yukno, and they have a song called Broom Broom,
Mm.
which is so freaking groovy. So those are the two songs that I've
Hey,
been on repeat.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, Vanya. Love it. Love it. And yeah. Okay, let me finish off with this. What are you like a concert goer? Do you miss concerts? Do you miss just like attending live shows?
I do. I love the I like going to concerts alone because I
Mhm.
don't like having to worry about how I'm very aware of people.
Yeah.
So I don't like to be looked at when I'm enjoying music.
Same. You know what? Like, shout outs to my ex-wife. Great girl. But like the concerts thing was like a problem because some people like to go to dance or whatever. And like, maybe like you, I like to go for the music. I'm like, no. I
Mhm.
actually want to see Vanya, how she interacts with the
Yeah.
guitarist, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love the interactions on stage. I love being up front and just really I'm
Oh
a
yeah.
super fan, I can be. So it's always really exciting.
To see the mistakes. I love seeing mistakes. How they react.
Yeah, mistakes. And yeah, and seeing how they compose themselves too. Yeah, I'm amazed at how well people compose themselves. I hope I'll be able to do that too.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Yeah.
Vanya. Yeah, you're gonna kill it. We can't wait to see you live. Unbelievable.
Yeah, thanks.
What can you tell us without spilling beans that you can't spill about what's next for you?
Oh gosh. Well, um you'll have a few singles from me coming out this year.
Mhm.
And then features that I'm so freaking excited about. Like
Amazing.
they're very different than my own project, but
Yeah.
they're one I feel like it's my alter ego. There's a
Yeah.
few that I'm like, I can't wait. Can't wait.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
yeah.
So Vania, I am putting it out into the universe. You're gonna win,
Okay.
like you're gonna win like a Grammy for like best new artist
Oh,
in like
okay, got
2023.
this.
And I say 2023 because yesterday I was talking to Mark Goodman from SiriusXM, and he like everything is gonna be delayed. So when I say 2023, it's like
Yeah.
2022. Um,
Okay.
but like I just want people to remember this interview, and we're
Okay.
calling it because
Okay.
she's gonna have
Good.
one of those photos full of
Oh
Grammys that
shit.
she can't
Wait, I'm
like
knocking
hold.
on wood. Do you
Yeah,
have
it's
a
gonna
wood
happen.
desk?
Vanya, listen,
Knock
your
on wood
voice
or
is a
desk.
powerhouse, and we can't wait for the world to hear it. It's guaranteed.
Uh, Thanks so much. I
Yeah, Vanya,
appreciate the
absolutely.
ability to talk
Yeah,
or the
absolutely.
opportunity to talk.
Yeah, no, I'm excited we got to connect because you're in the
Yeah.
same family tree of many artists and people we love and
Yeah.
produce, and so it's no surprise why. Thanks,
Yeah.
Vanya. Really
Thanks
had a good
so
time.
much. Bye.
See you later.
See ya.